Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes, facts, boots, and other stuff. Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes and our Pulls of the Week. I am Zach, joined, as always, for this part, or this weekly show of ours, by Mason instead of Mike. I love that both of you guys have M's for names. So it makes it easier for me to
enunciate.
Yeah, exactly. I can always, and maybe you never know who's going to show up. Like I could swerve you, and Mason could be on the other show one day. But what we have here is our show each week where we go ahead and tell you what we pulled from last week, what to look forward to, what's coming out this week too, a look behind, a look ahead, and a look of what's going on in comics. And Mason, I know one thing that we talked about last week that we were both getting, and I think it'll make sense for us to start off with, is Superman 2. And after reading the second issue, I'm still on board and I'm still interested to see where it's going.
Oh, hell yeah, the same. Issue 2, Joshua Williamson, and crap, I forget the artist's name. What's his name? Something Campbell. Fuck.
We'll look it up real quick. But the story is just, I'm very interested to see. Obviously, I'm trying to figure out
Jamal Campbell.
There you go.
And it's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's really great. It looks great. I'm very interested to see what's going on with these parasites. I think I can say that without, giving anything away. Also, you talked about how they teased it a bit. We got another little teaser for a Wild West portion of the story here, which should be interesting.
Through this new character, Marilyn Moonlight, who is interesting. I thought she was going to appear more in the issue than the cover suggests. But, I mean, she showed up, and this is clearly like, this is her first appearance. You're going to see this character later.
Well, can I see your cover real quick? Just to show, because
she's on the main cover.
She is on the main cover, but looking at it, it also made me think that we were about to be introduced to somehow
like a new villain.
Yeah, like that was who I guess we kind of got introduced. Again, I don't want to give anything away, especially so early on, but we kind of see, I think, who the villains are going to be in this.
For at least a while.
At least for a bit, and it's not her. So it kind of confused me.
Do you know if these guys have shown up before?
I don't. So here's the thing, is I am, my knowledge, if it's there, it's for older stuff, the newer stuff. I am in the more recent stuff. I'm going to have to rely on you. Have you?
I haven't read Superman in a long time.
Okay, good. Then I'm the same here with you. So I'll have to look into that for sure. I feel like maybe a couple of them might be, but I do like where it's going. So Superman number 2 was a solid get. Yeah, and
worth the $5. I don't love how Superman's going to be $5 every month, or $6 if you want to get a cool variant.
Yeah.
But, so far, the book has been worth it.
Yes.
I also, this week, I got Scorched 16, continuing of the Spawn Team Universe book. Yeah. Very fun. Just fun, art by Steven Segovia. Fun story, cool characters, and cool art. Nothing deep, but it's fun.
Another one that I picked up then, I did not get that, but I think one that I got that you didn't was a New Image book called Dead Romans, which was a little different for me.
It looked interesting, but it didn't intrigue me too much, but I might check it out.
I'm to the point where, again, I'm trying to hop on and find new stuff right now, and obviously we want to give everybody across the board, and it seemed it's set obviously back during Roman times. It's a historical comic in a way, and I'll give it a couple issues. I liked the art of it. I'll be interested to see where the story goes, but so far it was I'll be interesting to see where this goes, and a different route than I usually go down for my comic wise, but a one that maybe I'm okay to see how it ends up in branching out off from our regular stuff.
I also picked up Vanish number 5, Vanish Returns, Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. It was a fun issue. Went a direction I didn't see coming based off of where the last issue ended, but a good return. I got the Scotty Young cover because he does all his when he's drawing, he does everything in like baby form, and it's just
really cool.
It's just cool and fun.
Yeah.
And then I also got we both got Doctor Strange number 1, the new by Jed McKay and Pasquale Ferry.
I will say I really enjoyed the art a lot through it.
Yes.
Not, I don't want to make it seem like I was going and not thinking I would, but
Yeah,
I
well,
just hadn't thought about
his
it when I got
art-
to the book.
His art works best for a Doctor Strange. At least in this, the way he's drawn here, it works. This perfect for this kind of story, a magic story.
So I love the way it looked. Story-wise, again, I'm just jumping right into it.
Yeah.
So
it's coming off of the death of Doctor Strange and the 10-issue run where Clea was Sorcerer Supreme.
Yes, and so we're just kind of picking up with there. But so far, we're kicking things right off with a bang. I would say a pretty decent-sized bang.
Yeah, decent first. I liked the parts where he's going through his week and just helping random heroes do stuff. That was really good.
That was really funny.
I don't know if I'm gonna be that. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up issue 2 because I liked it. I don't know if I'm invested in this whole new
here's
mystery we're gonna start.
Here's I've asked you before just because I'm not into a lot of the new Marvel stuff. I am interested now. I might have to go back and figure out what's going on with Spider-Man. I haven't been caught up with Spider-Man in a long time.
I dropped it after issue 11. They're not because issue 1. Sorry, I cut you off, but you know how he says Peter's been going through some rough stuff.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing that irritates me. So issue 1 of Spider-Man, the new Amazing Spider-Man starts where 6 months ago Peter did something crazy or something horrible, and everyone hates him. All the heroes hate him. Johnny Storm hates him. Oh my God. But it's the irritating part is
we don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is, but everyone else does. And that's fine for a story, but not when it's 22 issues until you get into you even start revealing it in a story arc, which you're probably not even going to actually reveal what happened until halfway through or 4 issues in. So there's in that arc finally we're doing some characters have come back from before.
So we're just now getting into it now?
Just now getting to now 22 issues in, 22 months, 8 months in. I don't know how often.
Is he about? Yeah, okay.
After Dark Web, it took after Dark Web, an event I didn't read to. I don't know. It's I don't hate it. I like JR's art. I like Zeb Wells as a writer. It's just it didn't, and I could forgive the long wait if the stories they were doing were interesting to me, but too much Norman Osborn in those first couple of issues I read. There was a whole damn Judgment Day issue dedicated to him. Well, not dedicated to him, but dedicated again to Gwen Stacy stuff. And yeah, it's a pivotal story, but yeah, I get it. She died. That sounds really cold, but she's dead. She's been dead for a long time. It's time to move on. I'm sorry. That sounds really cold, but it's just, and then Norman is just too involved in this book for me. He's trying to be a good guy after the Nick Spencer stuff. And that's fine, but I don't like Norman. I don't know anybody who actually likes Norman Osborn as a character. Do you?
From what I've read, no, not really.
No, not
and
really.
I mean, what I've read is different from you, but yeah, I've never really liked Norman Osborn, and obviously,
and they try to do stuff with him. And I heard this Gold Goblin book where he's trying to find redemption. I heard that's amazing.
Okay.
But I just don't care enough.
So I wanted to.
Because also, that probably by the end of this Zeb Wells run, he's going to be the final villain. Because of course he is.
Yeah, but so Gold Goblin is just like a hero run for.
I believe so. I didn't bother reading it.
Okay, I saw it was coming out when I was looking for new stuff. Also just that I was trying to figure out what was up with Spider-Man, and he apparently also lost his soul on a game of on a card game to a demon. Yeah, so he's.
I think that was just a dumb part of this issue, but it was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
It was fun. So that's what we got last week, and I think some decent things there. What I'm looking forward to this week, something that I tried to pick up a week early when I brought it up last week, but I'm going to get it this week because it comes out this week, and that's Unstoppable Doom Patrol.
Yes.
I know that we're getting a couple new characters in this run. I think we have Negative Man, Elastigirl, and I don't know if Cliff's in there or not. I can't remember. I had the write up somewhere. But the Chief isn't there. Jane's the leader is what it sounds like it's going to be with her new persona, the Chief. But interested to see. The write-up sounds really interesting there. The other thing that I want to get DC-wise, and then I'll save the last book I'm looking forward to after I let you talk a bit, because I think it's a little bit of a different one, but I'm looking forward to it. Harley Quinn number 28 comes out this week. It's a new creative team. We talked about that a little bit before we hopped on and did the show. I've wanted to hop on to Harley Quinn. I've been trying to find a spot to do that. So if issue number 28 is going to be the place for me to do it, I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. We'll see how that works out. and that'll give me something new because I feel like it's brought up with the Dawn of DC stuff. So I don't know if Harley Quinn's going to find her way into it. Unstoppable Doom Patrol, also in this same universe. I'm following the Dawn of DC stuff until it stops being enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
So far, the Superman stuff I've liked. So we'll keep going. But I have a feeling that maybe in a couple months, I'm not going to have all of them, and it'll maybe just be like one or two.
Well, especially since a good chunk of them, Doom Patrol is only going to be 7 issues.
Yeah.
So we'll see. For me, Action Comics 1053 comes out next week. I'm super hyped.
Oh, is that the final? Is this wrapping up? Isn't like 1051 through 1053 is story arc?
I do not know. I mean, it's going on for a while. I think it's the last issue of the Wonder Girl subplot.
Okay.
But the Metalo stuff that's still going, as far as I know. Picking up that. For anyone interested, Gotham City Year 1 ends. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but Dark Knights of Steel comes back. Detective Comics 1070.
I think issue 10.
Issue 10, yeah. It's almost 12. It's out of 12. It's almost done.
See, I have, so this is a funny one. My brother has it, or like pulled it, and so when he gets them, after he reads them, he gives them to me, and I have it, and I'm waiting to like get it all, and then I'll read all through that probably.
It's one annoying thing DC's been doing, and I get
the
making
delays?
art is hard. It's not necessarily delays. They do 6 issues. There's delayed, and then they do the first trade is 6 issues, and then the second trade comes out later, and then later they'll do the whole thing in a collection, and it's irritating because I have to wait like 3 years to read the whole story all in one go in one whole collection, which I get. It's really no one's fault. It's just the way it works. It's just for my brain. It's like I'd rather just read the whole thing in one go than read. Same thing with Human Target. It just ended. I'd rather read it all, have one big collection, nice collection, than 2 separate hardcovers or one hardcover, one soft cover. It's just. But that's just me complaining for no reason.
No, you're fine.
And then also Waller versus Wildstorm.
I did see that. I thought about that, but I got to kind of keep it a little thin right now.
Yeah.
I might come back and revisit that.
Yeah. And then that's for DC. For Marvel,
I do have one Marvel book that I'm going to pick up, and it's going to be Clobbering Time #1.
That looks like could be fun.
It looks like it's going to be fun. Especially issue 1 is going to be Ben Grimm or the Thing and the Hulk together. So. I'm gonna pick that up just to see how that goes. If it's gonna be the Thing just going through beating the crap out of different folks with other Marvel superheroes, I could get on board for that. So I'm gonna give that a shot.
There's a new Iron Man and Thor issue coming out. I'm not gonna get those, but this could be good. Deadpool 5 coming out. That could be good. I think I might get that one.
Venom might be a part of it.
It's Carnage.
Oh, is that Carnage?
Because in this run so far, Deadpool's been injected with the Carnage symbiote, and he's like inside of him. It's actually pretty interesting.
Okay.
It's the Martin Coccolo on art, and that's just been the best part. Decent story. Daredevil 9's coming out, which I'm getting easily. They actually announced that run's gonna be ending soon.
I was about to say, yeah.
Which really sucks, but of course, I mean, it has to end at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping
isn't he about to start
Zdarsky or Giacchetto?
Yeah, Zdarsky. Wasn't Chip, or is Chip already working on Batman?
He's been working on Batman.
Dude, I'm so far behind.
Yeah, he's doing Batman and Daredevil.
Yeah.
And a creator-owned thing at the same time. So.
Oh, is that the public domain?
Yes, I don't know if that's ongoing or a limited.
I keep wanting to pick that up. That does look good.
Yeah, it looks okay. I liked Stillwater. And High Republic: The Blade for me is finally coming out. The #4, so that'll be a fun thing to end. Boom's got Something Is Killing the Children 30 coming out. I'm picking up, and some other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers 2 issue #4 comes out. That's a fun little series if you like the TMNT and Power Rangers.
So it's both of them together in a...
Yeah, both of them together in a book.
It's a
sequel series because they already had one trade come out.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. I love mashups like that.
There's this new Image book called Indigo Children.
I did see that. That looked interesting too.
I don't no idea what it's about, but if anyone wants a cool #1, it could be good. Hitomi #5 I'm picking up because it's a cool feudal Japan era samurai story.
Ooh, okay.
So it's just
we talked about that before. Yeah.
So that's fun. And that's about it for me.
So I think we got a lot of good things to look forward to and a lot of things to talk about for next week. Real quick, just before we wrap up, because I teased it last week and we talked about it too. I ended up getting the whole trade of Tom King's Mr. Marvel. Tom
Miracle.
King. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I I don't know. I was thinking of Neil Gaiman on something else for some reason. But yes, sorry. Tom King's Mr. Miracle. And also, I think Mitch Gerard's his art on that. And it's, oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
It is one of the, and I know, I don't say this lightly, it is one of the best comics that I've read ever. Like, I enjoyed it thoroughly. Found it very relatable. Also thought it was a very good love letter to Jack Kirby in a lot of ways.
Very much so.
And
because literally, full spoilers for a 4-year-old book, 6-year-old book, 6-year-old book. Mr. Miracle has a kid and he names him Jack.
He names him, yeah, and they call him Jacob. Like, you know that it's. And here's the thing too, is it's so. I won't lie. I got emotional reading the book a couple times. It hits you, and there's even something so
especially
cute
if you've ever dealt with mental health or self-esteem or self-worth.
It's a very relatable book, and it was really good. But I also love just from a comic nerd standpoint, because we know that Funky Flash was created as Jack Kirby taking his frustrations out at Stan Lee at the time. That's the only time he ever appeared was in Mr. Miracle, and he makes an appearance here. But the way it's done, it's kind of as Funky is actually Stan in a way. And it's Stan and Jack working together again. The part at the end where he's like, no, Jack draws the stories. I just put the words to him. Oh, man. Yeah. Like, it's so good. Oh,
especially,
wow.
It also gets sad when you realize Stan died a year after this.
Yeah. Oh, but it's so good all the way around. So I recommend, if you haven't read it, to go check that out too. But
very heavy subject matter, but super good. I would recommend, if you want to read another Tom King miniseries, I recommend Rorschach.
I've heard Rorschach's good.
It's amazing.
How's his run on? Didn't he just do? You talked about Human Target coming to an end.
I heard that's really good. I tried it. It was okay. Not for me. But I heard that everyone says that just ended, and everyone says that's bloody amazing.
So I mean, I know that he's very divisive. Some people don't like him, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
Me personally, I enjoy most everything I read about Tom King.
The one thing I like is when he writes, he cares, and you can tell that he's trying at least. Even if you don't like it, you can tell he's putting an effort. He's not for hamming anything.
No, exactly. And I think that's the thing, is a lot. That's, I don't know if we talked about it before, but like, as much as people want to bag on like Rob Liefeld art wise, is the thing that I always hear all the time is just how enthusiastic he is about everything.
Passionate.
And so, so even if that's the case, you can't knock on a guy that has much passion for what he's doing. So I won't knock Rob Liefeld and his love for comics and what he's going to do there. So it's the same kind of thing, I feel, in a way there. But all right, so that does it for us this week. Go out. Pick up what you're looking out for. You know what? Go ahead. I tease it on the other one. If you want to, go ahead, send us an email, brosfoesandheroes@gmail.com. Let us know what you're picking up while you're out there. What books do we need to be turned on to? Hopefully, our guide lets you know, and or lets you know what to look forward to, and gives you an idea if you didn't know what's coming out this week. And until next week, stay safe, everybody.
Pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.